The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Hey, yo.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. We are back. Let's talk about our holidays today.
That's a good idea.
And what we got up to.
Lutzi, where did you go?
No, he means on the show, I think. In the intro.
Yeah, coming up.
Non-defeat
We're
AM,
we're
Kendall.
teasing.
Non-defeat AM.
We're teasing.
Yeah.
But I did go overseas.
Must be nice.
I mean, that doesn't get you listening. What will?
I don't know what's happening.
I don't know either.
What do you mean you don't know what's happening? You've been here long enough.
Have I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been here weeks now.
I mean, you're a seasoned professional. You know?
This is Tuesdays.
3 AM.
3
So
a.m.
you can just look at
Okay.
your clock
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
on your Apple
Let's
Watch.
do
Gee,
some,
it's early.
Let's do some Joe Biden gear today.
Let's
catch
good
up
Let's get
idea.
around that.
on what Joe's been up to.
What about the NDIS? Let's talk about that.
NDIS, and they're getting some mad.
God.
Those, seriously, there's some disabled people getting some mad bloody
Roots.
Yeah.
for some
Yes.
benefits.
Yeah.
Eh? Out of
And
control.
we're paying for it.
And we are and you're paying for it. You know Ben Fordham?
I do, distantly.
Well, he's listening.
Great.
So if you want to say anything to him, now's the time.
He listens to us on his way in to
I
do
once,
his show.
I once did tweet that Ben Fordham looked great in a suit.
He would have loved
And
it.
he loved it. And this is like, that's
would
got to be
love
10 to
that.
15 years ago.
He'd
And he
remember it.
responded.
Oh, yeah.
He always
And I
responds.
thought, from that moment on, I thought, we're friends.
That's what he does.
Yeah, we are friends.
He does the same thing to us. We are sort of friends.
Yeah.
I called him a different wrong name once, so he doesn't like me much.
What'd you
we
call
did.
him?
I called him
Kendall,
Solid.
we interviewed him at the Acras, and
No, he interviewed us.
he interviewed us, and Lutzi, during the interview, not once, twice,
Multiple times.
referred to him as Simon.
Confidently thought his name
He's
was
got to be one of
Simon.
the biggest radio stars
Yeah, but
in the
he's got a
country.
cousin Simon. He used to work for
Okay.
Channel 7.
Do you remember the time he came on our show? And I don't know where you were,
I know
Lutzi.
Simon.
You're in America.
Yeah.
And he tried to stitch Ash up. Do you remember that? And he's like, Lutzi's been
yeah.
arrested.
Oh, yes.
He told me Lutzi had been arrested. Like that was the most far out thing in the world. I thought for sure it was somebody who was having a go.
And Ash,
I
Ash was
closed
yelling
it
at me.
down.
he defended me.
Ash was
Yeah.
going, dump, Buzz, dump.
Dump it, dump
Yeah,
it.
and
Looking into my soul.
And
I'm like,
I
what's
must have been
Lutzi done?
asleep because I remember I waking up and people go, "You all right? You been
Yes.
arrested and stuff?" I was getting all these messages. I had no idea what was going on. It was a disaster.
I thought it was just some random ringing up, which to me seemed extremely plausible.
Of course it is. And you were jumping all over it, going, "Shut it down!"
Shut the hell up.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Me and Nick are wearing the exact same jackets today.
Kid
I
it
feel like
out.
You got the memo. Thank you. Finally.
I feel like Danny Zuko in Greece. You know,
Well, the reason we haven't been getting the memo, mate, is because you've only just switched over from a Samsung to an iPhone.
Yeah, welcome to the real
Yeah,
world,
welcome.
buddy.
yeah.
One of these tosses out there with a Samsung that we can't be a part of a group message for the last 4 years.
I feel like an absolute corporate shill, but I finally cracked. And
Really?
I'm not going to lie.
He's one of those.
God, it's been easy.
Just
Yes.
before tax time. Just before
you know
tax
when they
time
text you,
as well.
those goons that text you, and it's like
Yeah.
Nick Davis from Yahoo 69.
Yeah.
What are we in 1942?
That's a private address, please. Can
Yeah.
you just keep that
Sorry.
on the
Sorry.
Yeah, Nick Davis at no muff too tough at yahoo.com.
It's one of those stupid ones.
Yes.
You said it was easy. Is it really?
No, the transition.
I know,
Kendall.
but
The
like,
transition has been hell, but
no, but
connectivity.
using it is using the
much easier.
device.
Yeah.
They made them for dummies, apparently. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not
And
saying
And it has
that
been
about-
very
we're
well
all-
received by that market,
Yeah,
yes.
well, it's just like all of my family, like, are all Samsung users, and I just think,
But unless you like
What
taking
idiots?
photography, because then you can't even use that photography anywhere. Like it
that was
doesn't
the problem.
it doesn't upload to Instagram
even
well.
their photos don't look as nice as ours,
No.
if you ask me, and they're in a weird proportion. They're long and narrow,
They're
and
just
I just
trying
think,
to be different.
you know, when they give you their
Stand
phone and they're
out.
like, just take a photo and then have a look back at it, and I'm like, I don't know how to work this.
Oh, I'm an
The
Android
layout
user.
is stupid.
Yeah, you can't upload it or anything.
Anyway,
Buzz,
welcome
you're
to
right.
the real world.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's good to be here. It's good to be here.
Nick's come in early because yesterday on our show proper, you can hear us in Brisbane after 6. He lost the brouhaha. So if you're interested in what Nick's going to say, go to our podcast feed, download our podcast. But for right now, enjoy the 3 a.m. hour.
The Ash, Lutzi and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Did you see Jerome Luai? He got rescued. Yes.
Pathetic.
Yeah, you didn't.
What was it you were saying? He was the cockroach of the
Of the sea.
Was this in yesterday's Courier Mail?
the Courier Mail?
front page,
Yeah,
no less.
this is a Queensland / New
I'm
South
sure it'll be on
Wales
the
story.
Daily Telegraph, probably.
Help! I'm marooned. Yells cockroach of the sea, Luai.
Yeah, was it a wave park? What, at a theme park? A wave pool?
A wave pool.
At a theme park. Like no one's ever had to call for help in those things.
No.
Are they like waist height?
I think
It's a paddling pool.
If he got out off the board, he could have walked out of there.
you can't even. It's exactly. He'd be 5'10".
Yeah.
The guy
Like
that,
it's only 3 foot deep.
the guy that rescued him weighed about 45 kilos and was wearing dick stickers that were covered in different coloured
Flowers.
hibiscus flowers.
What on earth?
He's in a full wetsuit too, which is quite the contrast to the DTs.
Yeah. So what's going on there? New South Wales? Please.
Attention-seeking behaviour.
Do you think it was
Is
legit?
marooned spelt the same as maroon?
Yes.
I am marooned.
I am marooned.
Yeah, I'm marooned.
Yes, geez, I stuffed it up in the reading. See, and there's Kendall.
What about Maroon
Delivery,
Luai?
delivery is everything, isn't it? Execution.
That would have been a great headline. Maroon to Luai.
Jerome. Yes.
Oh,
Chris Jones,
Chris
give me a call.
Jones, yeah.
04.
The Ash, Lutzi, and Susie O'Neill podcast.
Yeah, we're just about Sydney Sweeney. I mean, oh my God, where did she come from?
Not just Sydney Sweeney. Well, yeah, no, we
Well,
were
I
talking
was just talking about Sydney Sweeney.
yes. But
Oh
then
my
Mitch just
goodness.
said there's a film coming out with Sydney Sweeney and Ana de Armas.
Yeah, well, she's hitting a bit, but for me, I can't get away from Sweeney at the moment.
No.
And it couldn't have been that long ago. I remember our old mate Scott Tweedy, and this could not have been more than a year ago, going, oh my God, I'm on Bondi Beach, and she just walked straight past me, Sydney Sweeney, and I'm losing my shit, oh my God. I'm like, who the hell's Sydney Sweeney? And that's when she was out, it must have been 18 months ago, she was filming Anyone But You.
Yeah.
Which I thought would be and then I saw the trailer, not the trailer, just this thing.
Poster or
Still don't know
something?
who she was. And I was like, oh, I'd rather die than watch that film.
Yeah.
I've watched it 3 times now.
Yes.
Sydney, and all of a sudden,
Look,
do you
something
turn the
clicked in
sound
my
on, or-
head. And the first no, I watched it. I quite have enjoyed it. I love her.
Yeah.
I love everything she does. And the first one I saw, I've gone, oh, Sydney Sweeney, got to check out this chick that everyone's talking about. Reality. A film called Reality.
Oh, none of
Where
that.
she plays, it's a true story based on some public servant chick that leaks some Donald Trump documents or something.
Yeah.
And she does not play a sexy role in it. Like, she's not supposed to be sexy. No makeup. They keep her in a room. They're interrogating her.
No, totally so.
She's sexy. You know what? It still works. I fell in love with her during that film.
Oh.
It's a good film. It's worth and every single word in the film is verbatim from court documents and blah, 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 blah.
That's
so
right.
every single
Yes.
word is real.
Where do you see it?
I don't know.
I'll punch it
It's
and
called
see if it's
Reality
something here.
Sydney Sweeney.
I want to even
Well-
say that it plays out in real time or something. But yeah, every word is like transcribed. It's
The first time that I ever saw
Well, you
Sydney
told me to
Sweeney-
watch Voyeur.
Yeah, Well, the first time I didn't know anything about Sydney Sweeney, but I went to watch that, what's that Ferrari movie that came out, Mitch? Not too
Ferrari versus is that with
Ford
Matt,
versus
Matt
Ferrari.
Damon?
No.
Matt Damon?
Rush, maybe the one that was 10 years
Oh
ago.
no,
but-
no, the one
There's
recently with the guy with the big nose, Adam
Driver.
Oh, right. Yeah.
He plays Ferrari.
Yeah.
It's the story of
Yeah.
Ferrari.
yeah.
I went there to watch that movie,
Yeah.
and the trailer that they played beforehand was the Sydney Sweeney.
Which one?
The one
Which
where
movie?
she's in togs for the whole
That's anyone but you.
Anyone But You.
Well,
I watched the trailer for that. I was like, who is this girl?
Yeah.
I sat through the whole of the Ferrari film.
Then what'd you do? Then you
Well,
Googled it?
Well,
Cut for the
there-
chase?
Yeah, and Jodie's like, what did you think of the Ferrari film? I said, I don't know, I didn't enjoy it, but I had an erection for half of it.
And it's not because of
yeah,
Adam
well,
Driver.
it certainly wasn't because of
It
Adam
wasn't the
Driver.
half you were sitting with
yeah.
me.
Now, how do you spell Sydney? Is it with a Y or an
And then
I?
you found a little program called Voyeur, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And then you told me,
Yeah, I did.
you had to go home and watch Voyeur. And I
Yes,
did.
yes.
I did go home and watch Voyeur.
And we didn't see him for 3 weeks.
Oh, my goodness.
And also, Reality is on binge. But that's the
Binge.
unsexy
Yeah.
one. So you go to Voyeur,
But,
wherever that is.
and then I thought, okay, I'll even watch this weird nun one.
Oh,
A
yeah.
nun horror film.
Yeah.
And she's still sexy in that. Like, she's sexy in everything. Oh, my God.
The Ash, Lutzi, and Susie O'Neill podcast.